This episode is brought to you by ZocDoc. I think I'm finally ready to see an ear, nose, and throat guy because my ears are so clogged. Your guy's hot, right? Can I get his name?
No. But you know what you can do? You can use ZocDoc.
ZocDoc?
It's a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment.
Do they have pictures attached?
Honestly, that's not what you need to focus on. You need to focus on your health.
Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/IMHO to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today.
That's ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/IMHO.
ZocDoc.com/IMHO.
The show podcast.
Ask us your questions. We'll give you our opinions. Tell us your stories. We'll give you our opinions. Read us from your diary. We'll give you our opinions. It's in my homosexual opinion. IMHO. The podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome to IMHO, the podcast. That's Darby over there.
Hi, everyone. I'm Darby.
And I'm Alexis P. Bevels. Joining us today is a very, very special guest.
Oh, wow.
Kind of the original recipe of IMHO.
She came up with the name. Without her, we'd just be Trixie and Katya Light.
Yeah, Diet T and K.
Yeah.
Please welcome to your ears. And if you're watching us on YouTube, hi. Welcome to your eyes. It's on...
She just met her.
Yeah, hold on.
7 years ago.
Wait, let's go
so
back.
She's still working on the name.
Let's go back. Please welcome to your ears and also your eyes if you're watching.
Chan!
Hi, Chan!
Hi, darlings. It's so good to be home.
Oh my God,
Welcome
we've missed you. Where do we find you here in the
Yeah,
world?
there's so much food behind you. Did you open a restaurant?
In the world, I am in uptown Chicago. I am sitting in front of Peter's dining display. It's got all the ingredients, the rices and the beans and the flours, steamers, and that's the globe. See how round it is?
Whoa. Oh, so it's a lie.
And it's a
Oh,
lot.
so you don't believe in the truth. Okay.
In this house, we don't believe. And then right here, if you notice a little Easter egg, that's the Parasite poster. And on that poster is the wall of their ingredients. So Peter was like, well, what if we brought that into this home?
Because everything turned out great for everyone in
Oh.
Parasite.
Yes.
That's brilliant.
Yes.
Foodception. You know, I used to live in uptown Chicago, and you did too.
Yeah. It's the best neighborhood.
It is really good.
Mainly
We miss you
because
so
of
much.
the what is it? The Baton. Now that the Baton is in Uptown is finally worth something.
Oh, I thought you meant when I used to practice my baton twirling out on the streets
That's
of
actually
Kenmore.
why she moved to LA, because she had injured so many
They ran
Uber
me out.
drivers.
Yeah. Chan, we miss you so much. It's so good to see you
Oh,
again.
I miss y'all too. Now, I'm sad to bring these news to you, but the Baton is now closing.
What?
What?
Why?
Yeah.
Forever? It's the tariffs, isn't
Or
it?
it's
Is it
under
the
new
tariffs?
management. Someone is selling the Baton. I think it's the owner. The owner is like, after many years, I've decided this is not how I wanted to start it, but Chicago's
No,
going
but
through
we
a
have to be
massive
honest.
change.
Yeah.
Is there some kind of movement that we can direct everyone to go save the baton? I mean, it's kind of an institution. I've never been there. Oh, and I've never been asked to perform there, but it's been around since the dawn of time, I feel.
I did coke in the bathroom of the original Baton.
I think I've seen someone like pee on themselves there too. So a lot of legendary things have happened there.
Yeah. Yeah. What a sad, sad turn of events. But you know what's not sad? You.
You.
You're the happiest person I've ever known. And I know that because I just saw you last week.
We did get to see you last week.
We did have a reunion. So Chan and her gorgeous boyfriend, Peter, don't tell him I said that.
When are we getting a ring? Do y'all want to get married?
I've been itching this finger every time we talk.
Well, you do have eczema.
Well, that
You're known for it.
coconut oil on there. We went to a wedding, last weekend, and it was a really cute wedding. It was a Jewish Korean wedding, and we just kept leaning.
Jewish Korean. Jewish
Korean.
Korean.
Mhm.
Absolutely. That's what I was going to guess.
That's
Okay, good.
25. Yep, that vibe. Yep.
Mm.
I don't know. Have we talked about pre-engagement? A little bit, but we just got this dog, so it's kind of like
That's
That's kind of like a step one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You've been together for almost like a little bit longer than we've lived in LA, right? You're coming up on 3 years.
3-ish. Yeah, it's been 3-ish years. And
Oh, I
we
love
met
the
on
ish.
Hinge, the app made to be downloaded. Um,
Oh,
Oh, wow. Not a sponsor, but we're happy to because
don't,
we
yeah, you
believe
might
in
want to
love.
bleep that part out.
Yeah. They're not getting free advertisement out of us. Now, Chanessa, I am so sorry to do this to you, but I had so much fun eating sushi in front of you last week that I'm going to come to Chicago in a couple weeks and I'm going to stay right down the street from you.
Wait a minute. What?
Oh,
I'm going to stay
I
so
love it.
close to you.
Huh?
I'm actually, this is crazy. I can't believe I'm doing this right now. Sorry, Alexis. This is just between me and Chan.
Oh,
Um, Curtis and I would love to go to that really nice fine dining Cambodian restaurant. And we're going to fly across the country just so we can do that with you and Peter. Is that okay?
That is absolutely okay. Anytime I get to indulge a white person
well,
Cambodian food, I take it. Okay.
I'm gonna have diarrhea.
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. You're going to Chicago?
Yeah, I'm going to Chicago in a couple weeks. We are staying like a 3-minute walk from Chan and Peter. We're gonna, because, last year, Chan and Peter let us stay at their house. Like, I've already seen that in real life. I've seen
Yeah.
the parasite in real life.
You've seen the love.
Yeah, and so now we're just really close. We like to
Okay.
drop in.
When are you going?
We're so busy that I
Well,
don't
I'm
even know.
available. I can go too, and I have a boyfriend now, so it could be a triple double date.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, viewers and listeners like you, if you're listening, please speed up. This was the first time that all three OG IMHO girlies
We're all booed up.
were all booed up and we
Wow.
had a triple date.
Wait, shh, Chan, what was your first impression of my boyfriend Austin?
I can smell the improviser on him. I could smell that yes and that all
He
that.
was captain of his improv team in college. He went to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
He's a good that's a good
Say
person.
that again.
He went to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
Is that how you say it? You don't say Berg. Edinburgh. Edinburgh.
Berg.
Well, I'm not doing the accent. Of course, it doesn't sound the same when I'm not doing the accent.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I apologize to everyone with that accent.
Chan, how are you? What's going on? How is your drag and integrating into Chicago without us?
Oh, yeah. What are you up to?
Let's see updates, quick updates. Let's see. Me doing well, I got my job, got my kid. Drag, doing dim sum and drag, a monthly get together gathering over at Fruitama here in
Hit
Hit.
show.
Very fun.
Hit show.
Um,
If you're in Chicago or the area, you have to go.
It is so, y'all.
It's the funnest.
Chan,
and
will
there's
you
food.
will you describe exactly what it is?
yeah, it's a buffet style dim sum dining experience.
It's so good.
There
Yeah.
are drag performers on stage. We do themes sometimes. We did Everything Everywhere All at Once brunch. We've done
Fun.
Chan Yun, a parody of Shen Yun.
Mhm.
Just so many fun themes. We just did a Marvel theme. Another shout out to a big corporations. Don't mean to do with it.
Yeah, we're gonna keep beeping.
Well, you're
It's fine,
taking
it's
the
fine.
piss. You're taking the piss out of them,
taking the
so it's
piss.
fine.
I'm pissing into their mouths.
Carrie Coon, one movie and done. She was in a Marvel.
Which one?
Was she?
Yeah. She was in Endgame, and then I think she was like, can you
What'd
pay
she
me?
play? The game player?
She played one of the aliens.
Oh.
And then I think the story is she was like, can I have what everyone else is making? And they were like, no. And she's like, I'm not doing this ever again.
I'm so proud of her.
And now we have the Gilded Age, which is my Marvel.
And now we have White Lotus, and she survived.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's
Spoiler.
talk about that.
Spoiler, she
Yeah.
survived.
Yeah.
Now, Chanessa,
Hmm.
you have been working in the drag and doing the drag, and if anyone sees Chan on a poster anywhere, you make time to see that show. You are such a good performer.
Hate that.
Dare I say, you're the only good lip syncer in the group of three of us.
Oh, the only.
The only, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
We're serviceable.
We are, and I wish she would give me more service. Service is selling is service. She's not been selling anything. You know what I mean?
But y'all sing.
but
But y'all sing.
okay, fine,
Yeah,
we'll do it.
we do tongue service.
Before he cheats.
No.
Oh.
What?
Not her.
I can separate the art from the artist. Okay, I could separate the art from the artist. You love Woody Allen movies.
That's not true. I love Woody, the cowboy movie. I like Toy Story.
Okay, I misunderstood.
Chan, what are you watching right now? What's getting your goat?
Ooh, okay. Well, I did just finish White Lotus. I don't know if everyone saw the finale last night.
Let's do
I'll catch up.
Let's do
Should
it.
we
We'll
get
do
into it a
spoiler.
little bit?
Everybody, if you
Okay.
want to skip this, just fast forward like 3 minutes, probably. I don't know.
I gotta say, it's so easy to avoid spoilers nowadays, even when you don't get warnings like that.
Oh, I'll tell you this though, Chanessa. I got back in town last night and I was so tired, but I was not going to miss the White Lotus finale. So I got off my phone. I said, I'm not going to be on social media. I'm not going to get ruined. And then Paula. Oh, dear Costa Rican lesbian Paula.
No.
She texted me. She didn't ruin anything, but
she doesn't even like references to spoilers.
Inferences.
Okay.
And she texted me the gif of that ugly Elmo that looks like questioning. You know, the Elmo with the flat head. Or is he just a red guy? Anyway, she sent me a meme that children use. And she's like, oh my God, what the fuck was that? And I wrote back immediately and I said, I have not watched it. If you send anything else, a single gif, I will fly down to Costa Rica and I will burn it to the ground.
You're about to fly down there.
Well, that's why it was such a threat, because I already have a ticket.
Yeah.
So I could do it.
Right.
Chan, give us your unfiltered thoughts on the White Lotus finale.
Okay.
This is so exciting.
Mike White, tie his limbs to 4 different horses and just blow the horn. Because what were we building up to? That's the synopsis of how I feel.
What were we building up to? I gotta say, I agree.
What do you mean by that exactly, Chan?
I think he was teasing a really big blowout, and it wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be. And so now we must drag him through the mud, and everyone has to scream, tug him apart. Because there's so many writers in LA that could really pull off some really stunty work. And I think there were some cliches in there, like the whole "I'm your father" situation.
I am your father.
There.
Luke, I am your father.
That was awful. And then they never acknowledged it. It was that one line, and then that was it.
Well, that's because everyone in that conversation
died. That's true.
Yeah. I gotta say, I really, really loved Belinda's tie-up of her storyline, the irony.
That she became Tanya.
Hopefully she doesn't become Tanya. But I loved that. And I gotta say, I agree with you. I was more interested in seeing the fallout of about the money, about the incest, I wanted to see the 3 women I liked. That was fine. I loved seeing Carrie Coon fucking book it on that pathway.
Yeah.
Did you see her running?
Yeah.
I was obsessed with that. What do you think?
Okay. When Lachlan, quote unquote, died, okay?
No.
Devastating. I was devastated. I was also very high. So I was also like scared.
I was disgusted that he didn't rinse out that blender before
That's
he
teenage
put his
boys.
stuff in.
Teenage boys are gross. They eat poison. They don't know.
Yeah, that's
They're
true.
dumb. So he goes out. He's eaten so much worse, including his brother's semen. So I think. Did you not think it was weird that while he was sitting by the pool dying, his family walked by and they're like, "Are you coming to breakfast?" And he doesn't answer, and they're like, "We'll catch up to you later." And I was like, "Damn!" But it made sense because he did say like, "I'm from a family of narcissists. I'm a pleaser." Like, let's talk about that. Incest. Okay. So the whole time I'm thinking, Mike White deserves to be quartered, if you will, because that was so weird and wild. And listen, I've watched my share of porn that I'm not proud of. But even I was like, I'm not sure about this. But then when the brothers finally talked about it and he's like, you looked left out and I didn't want you to be left out. I'm a pleaser and everyone in my family's a narcissist. So I was just doing what I thought I was supposed to do. That made it not creepy anymore.
Well, I think
to me. And then I got really turned on.
Well, I think probably that conversation, that sentiment he was doing, plus the earlier conversation or later, I don't know, that Parker Posey was saying about, I mean, I bet there's incest in their family. Those rich people thinking like they got to keep it all in the family.
Chan, that's a really good point. Have you ever had an incest?
Well, here's the thing.
No, I'm talking about rich people, Habsburgs.
Oh, well,
Habsburgs.
She's rich. She's Parasite. Go ahead.
Well,
have you ever had incest?
Well, from the Parasite end, I was the one plunging the toilets. I do I mean, I did have some narcissists in the family, and I am a people pleaser because I'm from Texas, but I didn't touch privates of my siblings. I just like babysat them. That was how I people.
Okay, that actually
Yeah.
sounds a lot better. You know, you raise a good point. When you can babysit instead of incest, always pick babysit.
Oh my gosh.
I've always said it.
You know how you said that the doctor told you that there was too much wax in your ear and you needed to get it removed?
She didn't say that technically. She actually said, I can't see your eardrum. But yes.
I think that's me because it's so bad now that I have a little buzzing. I keep going through bobby pins to try and get the wax out.
Oh,
So I was wondering if I could have the name of your nose and throat.
she means a lot to me. She's helped me so much that I don't want to ruin that relationship with extra wax. I've got enough for both of us.
Okay.
But you can find your own doctor thanks to the sponsor of today's episode, ZocDoc.
ZocDoc?
Yes, ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment.
No way.
Yeah, sometimes, the hardest part about finding a doctor is making the appointment. Now, I have personally used ZocDoc, and the thing I love most about it is honestly, it's the reviews. I don't buy my doctor without a review.
You read the reviews, don't you?
I do. But I don't leave them. What's that say? I'm a user. And my doctor says that's okay. And so did his reviews. No, for real. The reviews were very, very helpful. ZocDoc just got everything in one place. It's easy. You don't have to think about it.
Stop putting off doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/IMHO to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today.
That is ZocDoc.com/IMHO.
ZocDoc.com/IMHO.
The show podcast.
If there are no further sentiments about White Lotus, I gotta spread the word of the show that I think we need to have more conversations about. It's not being talked about enough. It is the best show on television now that White Lotus is over. It's called Dr. Odyssey. Now, this show is breaking barriers, all right? Third episode, we have a male-female threesome with Joshua Jackson from Dawson's Creek and Philippa Sue from Hamilton.
Shanessa, do you watch this show?
And then just this past week, well, I'm telling you, you got to get into it.
Be great. You talk to two people who've never seen it.
I'm telling you,
go. Okay, good.
We need more.
No, I love this.
Joshua Jackson this last Thursday. It's spring break week because every episode is a week on the cruise ship. It's about a doctor on a cruise. It's a medical drama on the high seas. Joshua Jackson, he's running around the decks in sweatpants. They close up on his crotch, and the college girls are saying, I love a DILF in sweatpants. And I don't know if it was him or if it was a prosthetic, but these are things we've never seen on television before. We have Bob the drag queen in one of the first episodes of the season, and she has a star turn. Give her an Emmy. Okay? This is the show that we all need our eyes on.
One more time.
Dr. Odyssey, Thursday on Hulu.
Chan, do you have any follow-up thoughts to the TV show you and I have never seen?
I'm not watching that.
Perfect. Thank you. And we move on.
Wait, what I am watching is Survivor. Anyone clocked in on that one?
Ooh, I'm waiting till it's all out.
Okay.
Is it good? I've heard it's really good this season.
It's great. And Jeff Probst. I mean, I watched this season from like 10 years ago before this one, and then watching this one, he does not crack. He does not crack.
Yes, but he has been in direct sunlight for the last 30 years.
Long time.
So like
you like that?
I love it. I love a leather skin.
I bet
if I can make a handbag out of your human skin in like a really convincing way, I'm in.
Okay, Buffalo Billy.
Yeah.
If he was running around the decks of a cruise ship in gray sweatpants, you'd be looking.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it an ABC show?
Yeah.
So yeah, we got to see like a threesome on an ABC show, but not exactly the same threesome we saw on White Lotus, because we actually got to see butt. We saw some titty. We saw Arnold Schwarzenegger's son's face go, yeah, I like this. You're not going to get that on ABC? You're not going to get that on ABC?
You're also not going to get advice on ABC. So, Chan, before we get into advice, though, we like to ask everyone that's been on the podcast, what is your most homosexual opinion?
My homosexual opinion for today, the most one, just because it's relevant.
Whatever that means to you, yeah.
Is that Azalea Banks is right 100% of the time.
She's right about J.K. Rowling. That's for goddamn sure.
Yep. I mean, that clap back and clap forward was exact. I mean, we tune in. She has a way of just putting words together that is just like the word. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I've never heard it
Yeah.
put that way or laid out that way. There's this beautiful picture. I think I just sent it to you, Alexis, of RuPaul just taking a picture right next to Azalea Banks, and it kind of changed me. It's like these are two
Oh,
people of opposite ends of the homosexual spectrum, and here they are in one image.
I think Rue, she though, she surpasses any sort of limitation we put on her. We say she's from one side of the spectrum, but didn't she invent the spectrum?
yeah.
And I think
There's
it's more
some
than just
Hunter chasers up
left and
in
right.
here.
I mean, it's dimension.
Exactly.
Like she's broke.
She's on the plane. Yeah.
Yeah, and I do think that
She's
she's
Tron.
bipolar. I
She's
agree.
Tron.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Isn't that what that's about?
I've never seen it.
Chan, we are two drag queens. And what we do is people write in asking for advice. Now, usually that means when we have a guest, we always ask them a couple of questions just to kind of gather information and see if they are qualified to answer these advice questions. Now, this week, I know you. I'm not worried about you. But it occurs to me that we've never actually kind of turned that lens on ourselves. So, Darby, I have some questions for you, and Chan does as well.
Yeah.
What?
Darby,
Wait, what?
we have some questions for you.
Did you know about this?
Barbara Walters time. You're gonna be sitting in the hot seat now, baby.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, I'm Britney Spears.
Oh
Yeah.
I don't know.
You do look like her today.
Nuh-uh. I have to like be down here and the camera has to be up here.
Your chest needs to be resting.
Okay. Chan, do you want me to go first or do you have a question prepared?
Go ahead and start.
What?
Okay.
Wait.
Darby,
Okay.
this is serious, okay? Because we
Okay.
have to make sure that we're giving our viewers
Sure. Quality advice.
quality advice. We
Absolutely.
have to just check we've
Yeah.
never checked with you. So we got to make sure.
No, and I think you are qualified to ask.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Darby, now we've heard all about your trauma.
Really?
Yeah.
My dad's a really bad guy.
We've heard.
Oh.
What about your joy? What brings you joy? What do you like?
Ooh. I love telling people my trauma. When I meet a stranger, I want to
No, answer quickly. Answer.
That's it.
Answer really. Answer. What are your hobbies that you enjoy?
Trauma dumping on strangers is like number one. But number two is coffee. Eee! I'm so silly.
Darby,
Okay.
Yes.
since you moved to LA, you've changed. What's your favorite thing to get at Erewhon?
Ooh, okay. I love going into Erewhon. I've only bought one thing there. And oh my God, should I say? Is this crazy?
Yeah.
Okay. When I was at Erewhon, I bought a $10 ice cream. And I gotta be honest, it was a lot more affordable than I thought it was gonna be. You know, we at that Erewhon, we actually saw what's the stand-up comedian who was accused of sexual assault? Sorry, that's too broad. What was the male comic who was on Whitney Cummings' show with her? Chris D'Elia.
Oh, Crystalia.
Chris
Yeah.
D'Elia. He was sitting outside that Erewhon, and I said, I'm suddenly not hungry.
Mm,
And he didn't notice, but I felt strong. Believe women.
women.
That's so funny.
Believe women. That's what makes me happy. That's my joy.
Okay.
Are you texting?
Question 2. Yeah, it's part of my question.
Okay.
I have just texted your twin Grant to pinch himself hardly on a body part of his choice.
Okay.
Can you feel where that pinch is?
Do we know if he's seen the message?
We don't have read receipts on. We're not there yet. But I'm assuming he can.
Okay, hang on. Oh, the penis.
Nah.
Final answer. I guarantee you, if you ask Grant, I guarantee you it says penis. It could also be because I was tucking this weekend and I think I tucked too much. Sometimes you gotta leave a little of it out.
Yeah.
Okay, it's part of the mystery.
Okay.
All
Darby,
right, Chanessa.
Jesus died on the cross. You know this. Which celebrity have you met that you would crucify?
Ooh, that I've met. Oh, okay. Does it have to be a celebrity that could get up on a cross on their own?
I don't think Jesus did that.
Yeah, I think he was.
Oh, okay.
I think they did it to him.
Okay.
Good
I
brother.
haven't met that many celebrities that I wish death upon, but like if I had to, I have seen John Voight, and going into a Staples, and I thought, I'd staple you to a cross.
Oh, that's yeah.
That opportunity. Are you coming in here to get some staples so I can put you on the cross? Now, I don't wish death upon him, but I will say this: I've never seen a man look less alive than John Voight walking into a Staples. So if anything, it's passionate care. Compassionate, if you will. John Voight, final answer. Was I right?
Yes, that was to go into a Staples too is crazy because you could buy everything online.
Why did we go into the Staples? We felt insane.
We were returning some packages.
We do need to do TSA pre-check there.
We do need to do TSA pre-check because it's getting. Yeah, I hate it. Okay, this is a real question.
What have the rest of them been?
Preparation questions, prep tests.
Okay, I take prep. Doxy.
Okay, if Chan was a color and if I was a color, what colors would our auras or spirits or vibes be?
Ooh.
Whatever you mean.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
And why?
Not you prompting me to elaborate. Okay.
You're right.
Okay. I'll start with Alexis because you're here. It's easier to feel your aura. I would say your aura is Burger King orange.
Oh.
Do I need to say?
Yeah.
You get it.
Why? For the listener.
Because like a Whopper, you're a little more expensive than I'd like.
Yeah.
And you do give me a stomach ache, but I can never quit you.
Thank you. Like the orange of the bun?
The orange of the logo.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Chanessa, let me look at you. Let me get the vibe. Can you, yeah.
Can you waft some?
Yeah. Can you waft? Okay, perfect.
Get that.
Okay. Okay, that's perfect. I got it. Chanessa, this might seem pretty obvious to anybody watching currently, but your aura is indeed leopard print. Okay? Because I think the reason so y'all may not know this, but when we started IMHO, Chan and I did not know each other. Like we knew each other in passing. We weren't friends. I think we even like traded numbers for the show, I think. We were both on this show called Shot with Somebody. Do you remember? It was Shot with someone. Anyway, she died in a car accident on her way to film something. And so we were like, well, she won't be doing the next season of Drag Race. We should do it together. And so we did. And even though I am a decade older than her, it worked because Chan's vibe is older woman. Chan's vibe is fun auntie. Chan's vibe is less leopard print.
Suffers no fools, but does it with a style and a smile and a swagger.
Yeah. Like truly picking auntie for your name. I don't know that you chose that. I think it was thrust upon you.
But much like Darby, we've gone through name generations.
How so?
Well, because you used to be called something else.
No, I
and
didn't.
Now you're just
My name's
Chan.
always been Darby from the start.
You're feeling more Chan Oats now, right?
Yeah, I'm stepping into the I was in the auntie era. Now I'm still feeling that auntie in me too.
You'll always have her.
I'll always have it in me. But I don't have my big bosoms on today and wearing shorts underneath the camera. I'm just me.
Classic IMHO vibes.
Yeah.
I'm just me.
You
know what? I'm so sorry to derail us because we're usually really good about staying on track. But Shanissa, can I ask, because I have told this story 1,000 times from my perspective, but I don't know that I've ever heard your perspective. When people ask how we knew each other and how we started IMHO and why, what do you say? What would you say?
Lore.
Oh my gosh. I came to a viewing party of yours. We've done a couple of the episodes together. And I had something in me. I was like, I need to ask this lady if we want to do something together. Before pitching that to you, I remember watching some sketch video that you did. I think you were like either running a funeral or a wedding, and you came up to the folks and you said, if you want to change, you still have time. And they were fully just wearing what they had.
It was to me. She said that
I did.
to
I
me.
said it to her.
I mean, play that clip here because that's what kind of like pulled me in, and I was like, "This
That was
sounds good."
Gayborhood.
Yeah.
Neighborhood, okay, iconic.
I now that you say that, I remember you saying that to me. I remember you referencing that when we first talked. Yeah. Did you? Because the thing that it was almost immediate. People in the comments were like, "Look at these two best friends doing this show together." Like, oh, they're so close. And then they started, and it's been so bizarre because I'm always like, we weren't friends. Like, we became friends, but we just thought each other was funny, and we just wanted to do something with someone funny. What
Did you feel that too?
did you feel that, or what did you feel? And if it's devastating to me, the camera will cut off suddenly.
Well, when I came up to you and I was fangirling, it does feel like I do feel like Paola from fan to friend.
I don't know. You listen. I wasn't. I worked at one bar that unfortunately burned down to the ground. There's no more bar redacted. It's gone forever. Don't try to visit it. It's gone.
Yeah.
No, I'm happy people have jobs. That's great. I wasn't doing that much. If anything, you were the rising star of Chicago.
I remember
You were
that.
the rising star.
And I feel like I remember you telling me like, "Oh, I think this girl Chan, she's really funny, and I think she and I are going to do something together."
Yeah, and then Alexis was like, "Can I be there?" And I was like, "I don't know that that's such a good idea." And then
Yeah.
eventually she made it.
I'm not proud. I was super jealous. I was like, "You're not doing this without me." And that's when I pitched, "Let me be your intern and let me sit off camera in
Oh,
full drag."
that is the
Those
lore.
were
Wow.
That's the lore. But it was so fun to watch you two because it was really funny. And I just got to be a good audience member, which if I could get paid for that job, I would love to do that.
I think my favorite part about doing the early seasons of IMHO, and if you do want to go back and see the Chan and what was her name episodes, you can do that. But I want to warn you, it was a different time. Makeup was different. Okay,
Yeah.
Lighting was
and
different.
lighting was
It was
so different,
all
and
that.
I didn't have glasses at the time. I needed glasses. I didn't know that. Okay, so the makeup is camp, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing about the early seasons is like when we're telling stories from our childhood or whatever, unlike when we do it here where we're like we already know everything about each other, but we didn't know anything about each other. And so those reactions that we have to those stories are real. Like those are really like Chan telling the story about the monkey,
The monkey,
Mm.
the murderous
the
monkey.
murderous monkey, like that was a real reaction. Actually, Chan, it's been a really long time. Will you tell the murderous monkey story?
Have you told that recently?
I haven't, and I think it's perfect timing with White Lotus just wrapping up.
Oh my God. Yes, yes. Okay.
Oh,
Take it away. You have to tell it. Go, go, go.
Monkeys, a Southeast Asian motif of mystery and murdery. So, my grandma lived across the street from a couple that owned a pet monkey. Now, this couple bought this pet monkey from a pet shop that was down the street from them. There were a bunch of little shops there, little clothing shops. There was a little food market, and then there was also like a butchery. And the pet shop was across the way from the butchery, and that's important to know. And so one day the couple went out into the market and they left their pet monkey at home, um, and also their baby at home. When they had returned, they had found their baby severed into pieces, the
Ooh.
monkey holding a knife. This monkey had learned how to butcher from the butcher across the street.
monkey see, monkey do.
You see, monkey do. That monkey ate that baby. I think I added that part. They changed the mind, and that's where it ends.
But didn't you say was it your grandma told you the story as like a be careful? What was the lesson you were supposed to learn from that story?
It was never get a monkey as a pet, and it stuck with me. I'm not doing it. I'm
Oh,
not doing it.
The only reason you and Peter just got a dog was because of that story. You thought, well, we can't do a monkey.
I was looking
We
up
just can't.
felines and canines, the shelter, and I was like, we can't. No monkey.
Oh my God, you got your dog where we got JB.
That's right. Both Alabama
They're both
babies.
from Alabama.
Yeah.
Wait, what if
Roll
they're
Tide, Roll Tide.
what if they're related?
Not me doing this. Roll Tide. Huh?
What if they're related?
Well, it's Alabama. Everyone's sort of related.
Okay, we just have one more
keep
question.
going. I'm sorry.
I
I
have one more
apologize.
question for
Yeah.
you, Darby. All right, so
I love that we brought Chan on and you're interviewing me. Well, you knew I was going to talk over her anyway. Go ahead.
okay, when people say it's apples and oranges, what does that mean?
Is that like you need to know more information from me, or you don't know what it means personally?
A little bit of apples and a little bit of oranges, both.
Okay, you used that perfectly. So apples and oranges, think of it as apples and oranges, right? That's how you have to think of it.
Both fruit.
So you have apples,
right,
and you have oranges. Do you see?
Fruit.
So you do need to look at it like, well, there's the apples and then there's oranges. You know what I mean? So you have to think of it first and foremost before you do anything else. You have to think of it as an apple and an orange. And if you're feeling like it, if you're feeling like you're understanding, maybe you even do multiple apples and multiple oranges.
It's like a
and
bushel.
then you have to you're getting too far ahead. Okay, we're still in step one. So you really have to like put it in your mind. There's apples. Okay. Do you have that? Do you have apples?
I got the
And then on the other side, Chan, you ready for this? There's oranges. Okay. And then
so I understand that part. Will you fast forward to what it means?
Absolutely. So it's so important to not skip steps when you're trying to learn.
Okay. Chan, do you have any questions for Darby?
At the start. What?
Any more questions?
I got one.
Oh no.
You're a size queen to a certain extent.
That was an accusation, not a question.
Let her finish.
Here's the follow-up question. When do you think the big one's gonna hit LA?
Ooh.
Okay. The world is on fire. Okay. LA was on fire recently.
Literally. Can you
And
can I take this opportunity
to talk about apples and oranges?
No. Would you mind not chewing gum on the pod anymore?
I know, I keep forgetting. The problem is...
Can I do a gum check before we record next time?
Okay, last time I did gum was because, remember, I got in the car and you were like, what'd you eat? And I'd eaten onions.
I did not.
You
I
did say
wanted
that.
to say that.
Exactly.
But I didn't.
But this time, I don't know, I felt sassy.
Okay.
I apologize to everyone. She's eating chips. She's eating chips.
But there's some kind of filter where I can't hear that.
Chips are better for you than chips.
Okay, she's eating rice snacks, which are better than chips.
Okay, you like big ones. When's LA gonna get the big one?
Okay, I'll be honest with you. I don't like big ones anymore. I think in my twink days, I thought the bigger the cock, the closer to God. And I was just trying to see Jesus. Okay, but now that I don't believe in Jesus, I want a reasonable size. Like my husband, we're married. It's too late. He's too big and it's too late. And so I make it work, you know, through a lot of prayer and stretching. But if I had to do it all over, yeah, I would go out with someone that had like a lot of money and low self-confidence because of the size of their wiener.
Yeah.
I love little ones. I love a little one. No, I can't tell this story. Yes, I can. Okay.
Oh, no.
I dated this guy when I was a dumb and hung twink, right? I was like 18, dumb, hung, full of cum. You understand? And his penis was so small and it was shaped like a rocket ship. So it was skinny at the top and thick at the bottom.
Oh.
It was shaped like a butt plug. And because I was 18 and stupid, let me remind you, young, hung, full of cum, I looked on it as a bad thing. And now I think he was a human butt plug and I turned my nose up to it.
Oh, God.
Every bad thing that ever happens to me from now on, I deserve. If you find a rocket ship shaped wiener on a kind of short guy, but big muscles, stay with it. Thank you. Janessa, now you don't have room to talk, okay? All of our boyfriends and lovers are hung, and that's just part of it, and we just have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Okay? But kids today, as adult kids today, over 18 today, as you're dating, don't turn your nose up to a tiny one. Because in the end, Tiny Tim always wins.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's how that book ended.
Yeah. It was a big victory for him.
Okay. Well, Darby, would you excuse us for a minute? We're just gonna compare our findings and make sure that you're all set.
I don't think this is fair because I'm already here.
What do you mean?
I've already given advice.
I know, but pilots have to check their skills every year. They have to do like a
skill check.
A skill check. So
I
that's
didn't know
just
that.
kind of what
okay,
is.
You're right. I'm sorry. Your dad's a pilot.
Evaluation.
Everything you said is true. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can you just kind of lean that way? Yeah. Thank you so much. What do you think?
I feel like qualified or not, she's just gonna give it,
Yeah, that's true. There is no stopping.
Um,
There's no stopping what comes out or goes into that mouth.
hello.
For instance.
But we want to
I
direction.
Yeah. On a scale of 10, 10 being the most qualified, 1 being the least qualified, I gave her a 6. What about you?
That's where I was feeling too. I think 6 is great. I think
Okay.
it's
6
good
plus
advice, but I think
Yeah.
anyone who takes it will still go to hell.
Yeah. Well, okay, my 6 plus your 6 is 12. That is above 10. Okay. Do you want to tell her?
Sure.
Okay. All right, Darby, we're back.
Darby Lynn Cartwright.
Sorry. Yes.
We've decided
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
that you
Oh my God.
are qualified.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, thank you so much. All right, I have some advice to give you right here, right now.
Yes.
Okay? Those are chips.
Ooh.
Stupid bitch. Trying to come at me like I've never had a
Snap
That's
rice
how I
cake.
do it,
on
though.
that.
I have to close my. That's how you carry it.
Okay, Darby, since you've gotten your scores this year,
Thank
and
you
they
so
are
much.
good,
Oh my
so
God,
congratulations.
Thank you. I needed this win.
I have
My husband's hung.
for both of you, I have a story that is also ties in with our Death Equals Lady segment.
Oh shit. It's
So,
a death and advice?
This is a double doozy, and there's
Oh, wow.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, hydrate, because this is a doozy. Here we go.
Hydrate in Chicago. Not fun.
Check it out. Yeah.
To whom it may concern, aka Darby, Alexis, and Chan. Hi there. My name is Caden, and I have been watching you 3 for a while now. You gals are
okay?
a riot. I had a
Burp.
yeah. I had a hiccup and a burp quickly in succession with each other, so I apologize. Okay.
Whenever I do that, I shart. What's
Yeah.
that?
I think you gotta.
What's that, Chan?
What's
that?
That's aging, baby. I don't know.
You are qualified to give advice. That's correct.
Yes. Okay. You gals are a riot. Emoji. I heard a story that you read.
You gals are a riot. Emoji.
Okay, it's this emoji.
Show Chan. Chan has to see it. Okay, now show Annie. Annie has to see it. Wait, look at me
Annie
directly.
can see our camera.
Wait, look at me. Yeah. Now look at me. Give it to the camera, though, so that everyone can see
Okay,
it.
I don't want to do this anymore. Please don't close up on my mouth. Okay, I heard a story that you read recently about death. And although this isn't that, it does involve a death/murder. So I figured I'd share my own personal story for the first time. Caden, thank you so much for trusting us with your story, which involves my first boyfriend ever. The guy who I lost my virginity to, who's in jail for murder and stabbing a man 20-something times in the head and neck. This emoji, goo, and this emoji, ah. Okay.
Thank you.
Once upon a time, I was 15 years old, if you can believe that, and a sophomore at Cypress Bay High School in Weston, Florida. I met my very first boyfriend on a trashy, superficial website called Face the Jury. Do you remember this?
Yes.
Oh my God, it
Where
was a
people would
site.
put up. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, a site where people would rate random strangers 1 to 10 based on their photos. This emoji. I was on that site as a young 14 years old and managed to hold the #1 spot for the top 10 guys for, I believe, several weeks, possibly even months.
That's a humble brag. And I gotta say, you earned that.
It says I'm not trying to brag or anything, eyes emoji. But being in the top did lead to me meeting my ex-boyfriend. Let's call him JP.
Being in the top did lead to him being a bottom. Do you get it? I'm sorry,
Wait,
go ahead.
he's 14. Is this an adult site? I need to catch up on this.
He was 14 at the time. I heard about this in middle school.
Yeah, this was
This was
pre like
college.
anyone
This
knowing
was-
what internet
This was, I would say, 2000, the year 2000.
I did the same thing. We had a scanner. We had a scanner attached to our computer. So I scanned a picture of me from the
No.
beach when I was 13, 14. My first rating was a negative rating. I immediately deleted it so I wouldn't kill myself.
I see, and I knew I could never do anything like that. I knew I would never put
Chan,
myself
you're a
on-
10 out of
out
10.
there.
You'd be at the top 10 the entire time anyway.
But you were 10 at the time. Okay, but being the, let's call him JP just for tits and wiggles, another emoji. There's a lot of emojis in this one. Okay, he was a year older than me and a junior at a different high school. After meeting for the first time, we quickly became attached and started dating. We were boyfriends for about 3 to 4 months, during which time I would spend many a night stealing my dad's car to drive about 20 minutes to JP's house and sneak in through one of those tiny bathroom door windows. You know, the ones that are like 5 feet above the ground and only like 12 inches by 18 inches? Not very fun or ladylike. Okay, you're thin.
Thank you.
There was no graceful way to do this, so I'd have to fall 5 feet to the ground from the window in order to avoid setting off the alarm in the house. Both of JP's parents were Cuban pastors at a local church, so they were very protective and strict and vehemently against his homosexual lifestyle. They even sent him to a conversion therapy before, where eventually he pretended he was straight to get out and allowed back in his own home. Fast forward 3 to 4 months to where I broke things off with him for doing cocaine with some of my friends behind my back. Another emoji. My sister had a drug problem, so he knew how serious that was to me, and he's not the one who even told me. One of my friends did, so it was more about him lying to me about the sneaking around behind my back with my own friends. We didn't really stay in touch after we broke up, other than being friends on Facebook and having some inherited mutual friends in common. I saw him once or twice as a go-go dancer years later at a gay bar in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Ew.
But apparently his parents found out he was still gay and kicked him out of the house at just 17 years old. He couldn't support himself, so he ended up homeless on the streets and started escorting to make money. His new lifestyle led him to a hardcore drug addiction, and his life spiraled out of control very quickly.
This isn't funny at all.
No.
Oh.
About 5 or 6 years ago, one of our mutual friends sent me a news article, and the thumbnail was a mugshot of my ex-boyfriend, and the title said something about a murder and being stabbed like 20 to 30 times. At first, I thought that my ex was murdered, but upon reading further, I couldn't believe that he was the murderer. Apparently, JP was 30 years old, stabbed his roommate, ex, and boyfriend in their condo, who was 61 at the time, and continued to live there with the dead body for 5 to 6 days. Jesus.
Ew, stinky.
JP was found presumably high with the victim's dog at a nearby park when they took him into custody. Somehow he ended up naked and resisted arrest and was spitting at officers. It's a sad saga because he was really a sweet guy. He just got dealt a bad hand of cards and ended up the victim of his own upbringing. If his parents never kicked him out and accepted him for being gay, none of this would have happened. Maybe. What's even crazier is that somehow he was only sentenced to 20 years in prison. So in 2039, when he's 50 years old, he will be free to roam again. I hope this story resonates with other Cuban pastors and homophobic parents, and they don't make the same mistake JP's parents did. Sincerely, Caden. P.S. Here's a news segment portraying this story in case you care to see. And then a follow-up. I just remembered I had this photo of us from when we were dating back in 2004. Over 20 years ago. Sheesh, I'm old.
That was so sad.
I'm sorry. That was a bummer.
That's crazy.
Oh, you know what? Those blonde highlights make me think that he's killed before.
No.
Yeah. Ew. So wait. So what's the point?
Let the closet open. Let it out.
I think the point is that's sad, and there might be something to that idea of maybe his parents wouldn't have been assholes.
You just gave me a 12 out of 10 to give advice. I can't give any advice on that.
We also give our opinions on stories.
I know, but why did I take that test? I didn't even study. Okay,
That was
fine.
clear.
I have some thoughts. Number one, wow, what a humble brag to say that you lost your virginity to your boyfriend. What a dream, instead of what I did, which was internet. Stranger, come in me so I can feel love. Anyway, Chan, how did you lose your virginity and why?
No. You don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
She's thinking about it. She's thinking about it.
I remember a monkey being there. It was so
No, no.
You were by the butcher. Oh my God, it was
By
the
the
butcher.
butcher.
What did you think? What did you think of that story? And have you ever met a murderer in real life?
I've never met a murderer in real life,
Knowingly. You probably
knowingly,
have.
but I feel like me consuming like these like murder podcasts and all of
Our
these like
favorite.
dark, macabre content. Like I don't know if it's bad to be desensitized to the story or like to be really intrigued by it, but I'm like, oh my God, that was a really interesting, very sad story, and I want to hear more. Am I bad?
Yeah.
Yes, you are. But
No,
I think
we're the
we do this
same.
all that we've talked about it a lot recently that like obviously there are some people who don't do true crime in a way that is respectful.
Right, right.
But
Yeah.
the idea
This might be an example of that, me choosing that email.
No, I don't think so. I think I think if anything, Caden should have included a joke at the end or something. It's really on Caden for writing such
Need
Well,
a
there was
dark
a ton
find
of
it like
email.
emojis.
a moral. The moral of the story is, and I feel like that kind of just lets us consume it freely. I don't know. Is that
Well,
bad?
There you go.
the moral is
Love your kids.
love your kids, which,
Love your kids.
who knows if that would have saved him, because some people I think are not a product of their upbringing, but most people are.
I agree with that because I don't think you're a product of your upbringing at
No,
all.
because I'm poor. And my parents have a little bit of money.
No, you being bad with money is a product of your upbringing. What I mean is the fact that you are a successful, beautiful woman with a heart of gold. Sorry, her arteries are so hard, it's like there's gold inside of them. That's what I meant.
Okay.
And you're living like an authentic, like honestly, imagine telling baby Alexis, you will one day be a fully realized woman. Like that was not how you were brought up.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. I always forget about that.
So it's so real here. It's so
It does get real. Well, I have to
We
remind
like
her
to
that
get
she's trans.
real.
I
We
have
like
to
to get
remind her.
real. Oh,
Yeah.
Darby,
What?
can I see you back here?
Yeah.
Can you not tell people I'm trans? Because I know I'm not that passable, but I think I might just try.
First of all, passable is whatever, but you are very passable. Secondly, you are trans, and I'm sorry for saying that on a mic.
I have been thinking about this. I actually told my mom about this because the people who clock trans people are the people who are like paying attention to it derogatory. It's like, what's in your brain? Why are you able to recognize this so easily?
Or why do you
And
care
why do you
to?
care? I mean, we know why they care. It's because they hate themselves and they're insecure. I'm shaking the table. But like, how are you so good at spotting these things if there's not like a touch in there?
The eyebrows, usually. That's how I tell.
Okay, Alexis,
Now,
you
Chan,
said shaking the table. If I may, I have another homosexual opinion. It's that
yes.
Tell me.
it's that queer people make it work. And seeing how that AstroTurf is hanging off the edge of that table
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
to your left,
It's
Alexa,
that's an
could you flick that? Could you flick
well,
that edge?
yeah.
Flick it.
Well,
Flick it.
that's not you can't see it from the main camera, only your Zoom feed.
You know,
You're doing a
Curtis
podcast
cut
on grass.
this. We are.
Yeah.
Curtis
Touch
cut
grass.
it. Curtis cut it himself, and we bought it at Lowe's, but that was before.
But
That was when
table
DEI
is
was
shaped.
still a thing.
The table is shaped. He cut it sight unseen, so he had never seen the table. So
Oh.
there's a little curve.
I think it looks great.
No, it looks amazing, and I like this little hang off here.
Okay, wait. Before we get all silly, I just while we were being serious about
Yeah.
Alexis now being a much more fully realized human being, Chanessa,
Yeah.
you got to spend time with fully realized Alexis with boyfriend. Do you notice a difference in Alexis since her transition started a few years ago?
Oh fuck.
Well, there's this meme with Paula Dean on a she's on a
Sorry,
salt
go ahead.
shaker, and she's smiling, and it's called Silly Salt. And I can tell that the meals you've been eating has been sprinkled with some silly salt. Hey, yeah.
Yeah. She's lighter, right?
Yeah, it's wonderful, and I hope you continue to consume some silly salt.
Some silly salt. Thank you so much. I will tell you.
Take that as just like it was more of a metaphor. Like your doctor said you can't have any more salt.
Well, I got to tell you, we here are not today's episode, but sometimes we're sponsored by Green Chef and we love them so much. I was making this pork meatloaves and I accidentally opened the spoon end of the salt shaker. So not the one with the dots, the one that's just a big hole. And I shook the salt in and like a bunch came pouring out. And instead of scooping it off, I just said, it'll be fine. And then I was worried because after I ate both of them. There's a serving for 2. I ate both of them. My sodium was so high. It felt like being on gummies again. I thought I was going to die. My heart was beating so fast. And then I was really dehydrated. I should drink more water. Do you drink water?
Yeah, no, I relate to that. Like after I have a bowl of pho, even though it's broth, it's so salty that after taking a nap and waking up, I'm so thirsty. So I relate.
Yeah. Thank you.
I forget you have to drink water every day.
It's so...
Like what?
Salt. Eat some salt. It'll remind you.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Have some silly salt.
I got a text back from Grant. Sorry for the late response. I was busy pinching myself for another podcast. Outside left arm near where a tricep would be if I had one.
Okay, wait. Yes, he said that. But now respond. But you also did the penis, right? I know my brother, okay? And I know if he's given an opportunity to do some cock and ball torture, he's gonna take it, okay? You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take right at your penis. Do you understand?
I'm proud.
Oh, a shot.
Just doing
Right?
cock and ball, coming out of the church and doing cock and ball, like we should be doing that.
Coming out of the dark, pinch my balls.
Coming out of the church and I'll be pinching my balls. God,
yeah.
I gotta, you know. Oh my God. Well, I feel like it's safe to say that we're all in much better places than when we started this little venture, right?
I think, yeah.
Would we
Shanessa?
do anything different? Shanessa, you first.
No, I'd keep all the choices the same. I'm proud of the choices we made.
Yeah, me
Me
3.
too.
I would use less salt on those meatloaves, but other than that, I don't have any regrets.
I'm really, there are times, and so I hate when other podcasts do this, but there are times where like I really can't believe that this little stupid show that Chan and I started in her old apartment.
I was there too.
You weren't there for the first
I was
episode.
in there from
You
the-
weren't there for the first
my
episode.
fabric was used as the
Yeah.
background. I'm
Okay.
literally in the fabric of the
Why
podcast.
was I
I just
red?
can't.
Why was
She
I
was. She was a
red
devil.
with that?
You were a devil pig, bitch.
Mhm.
You were a devil pig.
It was camp. It was
And I
camp.
was, it was camp. It was camp. I had painted myself with my eyes closed, and also I had been in an accident. So we've come a long way. But there are times where I can't believe that it's turned into this, and and you're now like, you're still doing your drag thing, but you've also got this amazing job working in theater, right?
Right.
And you are in an amazing, loving relationship. You have a dog. We've come so far.
Yeah.
And you're a girl. You have tits.
I have real ones, yeah.
Your areolas are so much bigger. They grew so much, and that's
Yeah.
so nice.
Just like
I
us.
have a question
Our
Yeah.
for
growth.
Alexis. Since I
Yeah.
don't want to ask you. Alexis,
Oh,
push
yes.
up. The exercise or the bra?
The bra, always. Mm.
You nasty slut. Okay.
I don't think I can do a push-up. Let me see.
Oh shit, she's actually gonna do
Oh,
Okay.
come on now.
Do you
Oh,
want? Should I do knees or no knees?
it. Do knees. I don't want you to die.
Do knees. Do
You have
knees.
the car keys.
Okay.
Wait, I'm gonna watch this. Wait, Chan, I'll tell you.
Okay. Wait.
She's on the ground.
Wait, knees.
I'm seeing.
You can do knees. She's on the ground. The ground. She did it. She did fart at the
Yeah.
end.
Oh,
Oh my god.
that was amazing. Thank you.
I can't believe. I mean, I can believe. No, I can't. Chan, she has a really hard time with stairs. That was incredible.
Thank you.
Wow.
I need a break.
I could do 10 push-ups, bitch. I can do 10 push-ups, not on my knees. I could do full push-ups. I could do 10
Darby's been
full
working
push-ups.
out with my
I have.
roommate.
I have.
My
have.
roommate Kevin.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do one?
Oh.
No,
On the turf.
Darby.
Do it, do
Is
it.
this allowed? Annie?
It looks stable.
Wait.
Watch the mug. Watch the mug.
Okay.
And also the
Oh
cup.
my God.
Oh, shoot.
1,
Oh
3, 4, 5,
Oh
6,
oh,
7.
gosh.
Oh, I got cocky. 8,
8. Come on.
9,
One more. One more.
10.
Ah! Oh my God.
Okay, now I get the turf. Now I understand why that's on the table.
We're a sports pocket. You're in the
You
middle
just
of
stay on there.
Chan's. Oh, Annie, is that okay? Oh! Okay. So,
Well, we were at a sentimental
I
spot.
don't,
Alexis, did you want to share sentiments?
yeah. Oh, there you go. Sorry, I got nervous. There's feathers everywhere now.
I did it.
Sentiments.
I need some
Sentiments.
protein.
Just so I love you girls and thank you, Chan, because you were the reason I got to come on and be full-time cast.
Without you.
She didn't want me
I
on
didn't.
here.
I didn't.
And
Do you know that? Have I told you that?
I know it. I know you.
No, I know, but have I told you?
Well, no.
I was excited that you were on more often, but at the start I was like, are we overcomplicating? Are we doing too much?
Yeah.
And there were times in my mind where I was like, could I make it look like an accident? But after I realized I couldn't, I was happy you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know you want to know something? Part of the devil's
Yeah.
you say you want to make
The
God
what?
laugh. You want to say you want to make God laugh, make a plan. I mean,
Yeah.
perfect quote. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the
You know
devil-
what? You know who actually said that?
The Bible.
Woody Allen.
Oh, he's present in
No,
the.
Woody the cowboy said that.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
go
Woody
ahead.
from Toy Story said that.
Is that when I saw y'all Ken? I was like, oh, everyone's got to see this.
Aww.
Yeah, I think the reason why IMHO thrives is because it's just two besties yapping. A couple of girls,
Yeah.
a couple of divas just gabbing. And I think that's what people want when they're folding laundry or um, just
Going to
sitting on
bed.
the couch. Yeah, going to bed. So
Well,
thank you for letting me in your company.
oh my God, that's so
Janessa, without
sweet.
you, IMHO just would not be
No,
what it is.
it wouldn't be what it
So
is.
thank you
You,
thank you not only for coming up with the name, but then just like allowing us not to have to pay you for it. So thank you.
We should
When you
thank
do
that
take us
bar
to
for having
court.
us. We should thank the bar for holding us.
Oh, yeah. I do want to thank Bar Redacted for putting us in that basement. That was
Yeah.
fun. That was fun.
no, Chan, we love you, and there's always a seat right here in the middle for you here at IMHO. Open invitation, because you're our bestie too.
Yes.
Y'all. Oh, y'all, that's so sweet, y'all.
Oh, meow.
Oh my gosh. Do you want to? I don't know how long we've been going.
We've
I
been
know
going
you have to
for
go.
an hour and 2 minutes.
Oh, fabulous. Chan, where can we find you? What do you want the viewers to know about where you are?
You can follow me on Auntie Cherry Chan on Instagram. I don't use X. You can find me on Blue Sky at Auntie Chan. You can also follow Dim Sum and Drag on Instagram as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Programming. But also, I'm returning on tour with Willow Pill through the South. We're doing the MAGA leg. We're going from Texas to Atlanta to Tennessee. So yeah,
Wow.
it's gonna give like
I
real
love that.
max. Yeah.
We did we went to see the Willow show that you're in. What was this? Like a year ago now?
In
It
LA,
seems like it's been
yeah.
forever. And it's so funny.
Yeah.
Chan is so good. You do a lot of backup dancing. You're very talented. You're a mover.
I like to dance. It's just fun.
She's a bopper. Run, don't walk. Find those dates and get there. And also watch this space, because there might even be another little IMHO reunion soon. Nothing's set in stone. But watch this space.
It is set in a contract. So it is sort of set in stone.
Yeah.
So watch this space. We will be back in person.
Thank you so much for joining us. We love you so much. Are you going to stick around for the Patreon for a little bit?
Yeah, I've got like 10 minutes.
We'll keep you. We'll keep it short, but we wanted to keep you from the Patreon. Thank you all for watching. Write into IMHOtheshow@gmail.com if you have a story.
IMHOthepodcast@gmail.com.
Write into IMHOthepodcast@gmail.com if you have a story or a question that you want to ask us. And Darby, like we end every episode with a quote.
What?
From Woody the Cowboy. There's a snake in my boot.
I didn't touch her. I promise. It wasn't me.
No, wrong Woody.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Chan. We love you. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
IMHO.